Hi and welcome back to my channel. The game just finished. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. And you know, I know that Taylor is not a good referee, but he still showed himself in this match. Even though he has had worse performances, but I would really want to be the person that will make him not be a referee anymore. Like if there's a petition that I can write, like okay, he can be a referee, that's not my business, but like not to referee Chelsea's games, but it's like every time Chelsea has big games, he's our guy. I hate him. I really hate him. Do you know this is not the worst of results considering like what we have seen in the past few months. It was ours to lose. It really feels like a loss to me. Like Chelsea did lose this match in my opinion because like we we could have scored six today. Six. And that's it, like from the top of my head, things I can remember, like chances, misses, especially that first half. Even though we had some misses in the second half, bro. But we'll start from the very top. The lineup was very strong, in my opinion, because like why I say it's very strong because I predicted right because I said it to be a 3-5-2. Like you wouldn't know this because I didn't do a pre-match video, but I did like write it out and stuff like that. I kind of like wrote it out here. If you can see, I kind of wrote it out here. 3-5-2. I actually put Fafana first, but like based off of his pre-match, Bruno's pre-match conference where he said that like when they're asking him the players that are available, he says like it's still the same from Potter's last press conference. So I was like, okay, like Fofana trained, maybe it was just a preamble training or something that like he will feature, but he is coming back into the squad and things like that. So that's what I mean. I cancelled him out and put Chalaba in, but yeah, the lineup was 3-5-2 with Fofana, Koulibaly, and Cucurella, James Kovacic, Kante, Enzo, Chilwell, Havertz, Felix. That was it. 3-5-2. I feel like we really played well. Like you could see that we created like good chances, great chances even. Like obviously the star of the match for me is Kante just because like besides him being the captain and him starting for the first time since like September or so, so it's a joy to watch. And like he did a massacre, typical Kante anyways. Like he really busted for someone that was fasting. I was in awe, you know. I was in awe of all that. So I'm happy. Like for me, he was the man of the match for me. But other honorable mentions. Fafana had a great game too. Like as a centre back, he really gave us that stability. Like a lot of like chances or one on ones. Like he really took them on maturely. Like he didn't rush, was very calm. Like he dealt with Nunez well on that wing, even though like James and Fofana did a good job keeping Nunez, but like him when possession is lost or like it's only him or two at the back, like he always did do diligence. Even him causing a block or like stopping Gomez's chance just at the end of the first half. Yeah, so like just those are just a few things to mention that he did. Kante too like had the most possession won by the end of the first half. I don't know by the end of second half. I'll have to check that stat out. But I think like Bruno really had like that's our coach's name. I don't know if I can't remember his surname off the top of my head, but I know that his like first name or his last name. I think his last name is Bruno. I think. I think his last name is Bruno, so like that's the one I can easily remember. Like he had a good game, even though like at 60 minutes when they brought on Salah and Robertson, I thought he would make changes, but he didn't. And then people were not making jokes on Twitter like, you know, you can make subs right, like you're not just an assistant coach. And I was like, fair play, but like in my opinion, I didn't see how anybody really on the bench was going to affect the game. Obviously, like Modric could have done a good job. Mount still have done a good job, but like the Mount situation is like a power dynamic thing. That's why he isn't playing. And Modric, I don't know. Like, I feel like the problem with all our attackers is that the end product is terrible. Like, they know how to do the passes, the dribbles, the creation, but the final end product is so terrible. Like, so many people are guilty of this thing today. Like, Kai, the biggest contributor to that, or the biggest what do you call it? What's the word? I can't remember. English is hard, but the biggest cause of, or the biggest English is hard. Just know that he was one of the people that really did this the most in the game. Like, I missed like maybe two or three chances, and the way sometimes he even played when he was losing ball, like so lackadaisic or so tiring. Like, I know the report came out saying that he has changed his diet. I'm like, are you sure? Because he looks weaker than before. Like, he looked stronger when he was on sugar than now that people are giving him vegetables and whatnot. Like, nah, they should give him back his Skittles and gummy bears if that would make him happy, you know. But yeah, who else? Felix too. That's the thing about Felix. That's why I'm not 100% convinced about him, because I'm like, he can create, but if we don't have a dynamic or prolific striker, like Felix will just continue to create chances. And God forbid, if we don't have a good coach that can develop him, he will start regressing in his developments, because he can only go up from here. But if like he gets exhausted in creating chances and not burying them, or not having a striker that can bury them, so many goals like that were also disallowed. That James's goal, I don't know that one. Like, I feel like that offside was debatable to me, sha. Because like another team could have gotten that, or like they could have easily given that, but they didn't give it because it's Chelsea. I mean, like, there's always a campaign against us. Then the Havertz goal was just a misfortune that he hit him here. Like, it's obvious that he wasn't doing it purposely. Like, he didn't do it. He didn't have intent with doing it, but doesn't matter. It's a goal. They have to rule it out. Fair play. That coachedness is still in my mind. I feel like that's the one that pains me the most. Then like the James's goal that was disallowed, where Kante like struggled to now like giving that little pass, like taking the ball from Liverpool, like giving that pass, and he went on, and then Coach just skied it to the space, to the moon. I'm sure it is sitting up there with Terry's penalty miss. It's sitting right up there, because I was like, bro, like, what are you doing? So many people were just skying it, like as if they wanted to just go and meet Terry. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I know that there's something that struck me in my mind. This is like off what I was just saying now. Was when commentators are like, uh I'm sure the player doesn't mean. I'm like, how are you sure the player doesn't mean it? Like, are you in their mind? And they'll say it's not purpose. I'm like, how do you know? What if I meant to kick him? What if I meant to put my hand in his eye? What if like I was aware he's at the back and really poked him in the eye? Like, come on, like, they are human beings. You people need to realize, even though there's like fair play in football and all that, but are we really playing fair? Are we? Hmm? Because if it was your player, you have something wrong with it. But if it wasn't your player, you'd be like, that was just like cynical now. Like, that was just soft. That player is just trying to play something that there is not, trying to give something that is not, or he's doing drama, or he's playing, or he's acting or something. Or if it's your own player, like red card, red card. And Anthony Taylor, man, like, he was a bad referee for both teams, in my opinion. Like, he was giving um he was just giving things he was not supposed to give. Like, the tackles he was supposed to give, he wasn't giving. Tackles now he wasn't supposed to give, he was giving. Then he was giving yellow cards, even though like he gave those yellow cards late in the game to me, because like that ending of the match was so heated. But yeah, I think it was a good game. It's not the worst I have seen this season, I will tell you that. So I think it was a good game. I'm very numb, like, about what's happening. 0-0, even though we needed the win more than Liverpool, I would say. because obviously Liverpool is in the top half. Whatever they might get Europa or Conference League. We were 11th now, like nothing sure for. But if you ask me, oh, I don't mind if we don't get Europe. I generally don't mind Europe because it will kind of give the new coach enough time to like prep everything. Even though we'll get a top coach and it doesn't matter, they can deal with the pressure with the games and all of that. But it would be nicer if we didn't have any European thing. We didn't have to fly much. We'll just be going around the country. We only have FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Premier League to play. Like, have those games. Everybody will not be too exhausted. Even though we're supposed to be a big team, and that's the perks of being a big team, or the side effect of being a big team. But I don't mind because we'll be able to bounce back from it. Because I think the year Chelsea didn't get Europe, I can't remember who's the coach that came in, but we won the Premier League the next season. So, like, it will be a blessing, these guys, because why not, in my opinion? Why not? But yeah, I've come to the end of my video. If you at some point enjoy this, please don't forget to give it a like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me. Don't worry, I got you. I watched the match that you don't have to, because sometimes it's really bad. But I watched it so that you don't have to. Yeah, that's all. Good night. Have a wonderful evening, guys.